Hello everyone, Georgia Ramblin' Man here. Hope everyone is doing well. It is Friday, October the 20th, 2017, a little bit after noon, or actually almost noon. Just a beautiful day here. Not a cloud in the sky, temperatures in the 70s, and you could not ask for a better day to get out and ride, and that's what I'm doing. I am headed north from my home in the Atlanta area up to Hickory, North Carolina, where tomorrow morning I'll meet up with Mr. NC Stoney. And Stoney and I are going to go on a ride for a couple of days around the back roads of western and I guess central North Carolina. I'm really looking forward to it. Stoney knows that area and he's already suggested some of the routes that we're going to take, and I think it's going to be wonderful. The weather's going to be great, cool in the mornings, warm in the afternoons. I mean, who could ask for better conditions? I just left the lovely city of Gainesville, Georgia, on Interstate 985 headed north. I can see some mountains off to the distance in front of me. My route to Hickory is going to be 985 and US Highway, I think, 23, up to Asheville, past the spot where we stayed for the Hootenanny this past summer, the lovely Mountaineer Inn. Not stopping there. Going to continue on through Asheville on Interstate 40. That's going to be probably the only real interstate portion of the trip other than this one, over into Hickory. So I'll arrive into Hickory late afternoon, before dark, and that was my goal. It was pretty cool this morning. It was in the 40s, and I halfway thought about maybe leaving early and trying to get a little riding in this afternoon, just on my own. But down in the 40s, I said, I got a few things to do. I think I'll do that and let it warm up. And now it's just ideal conditions. So in a few minutes I'm going to be finding a place to grab a little lunch, probably gas up. I guess the Google Maps on my phone, which I have connected, and I've got the voice directions going through my new Sena 20S Bluetooth communicator that I just bought this week for my helmet. I knew Stoney had a Sena. I'd seen a vlog that he had done with one of his friends where they were talking back and forth, and I know some of the guys on the Hootenanny this year were communicating back and forth with their Sena communicators, and I had a Bluetooth communicator that on my helmet before. It really wasn't that good. I don't think it would sync up with any others, so I went ahead and got the Sena 20S, got it all hooked up. So far I really like it. The little jog dial is really easy to adjust the volume. I haven't tried to pair it up with another Sena unit. Stoney and I guess we'll try that tomorrow. But it plays the radio real well. I've got the Sirius radio app on my iPhone and plays that really great. The sound comes through great on the speakers. And really the sound is a little bit better than the previous one I had. It's a little bit louder, so I guess you get what you pay for. Alright, I am fueled up, both myself and my bike. And I'm headed north. Still on Highway 985, just leaving Cornelia, Georgia. Again, I see the mountains up in the distance in front of me, so I'm headed to higher elevations. Again, the weather is just ideal. 19 miles to Tallulah Falls. So I had a couple more hours to go. Be going through Asheville, then on into Hickory. Well, I just passed from Georgia into North Carolina. closing in pretty soon on Franklin, North Carolina, and then on into Asheville. Great day to be out. Rush hour traffic in downtown Franklin, North Carolina. Good grief. Okay, we're getting on US Highway 64 East. Hopefully we'll get out of this Franklin, North Carolina traffic. This is a little more scenic. It's really warmed up here, but I'll tell you, as you get higher elevations, you can feel the temperatures dropping just a little bit. It's just great riding weather. Looks like a ski lift. Power line. You know, I've been snow skiing 2 times in my life. Once when I was in college, I went home with a friend of mine from Montana, and we went to Bridger Bowl, which is north of Yellowstone. That was pretty uneventful. My friend, who was a good skier, was going to teach me to ski, and finally he gave up and told me to go take a lesson with the kids. Didn't really help too much. So then I waited years later. My wife and I went skiing out at Mammoth Lakes, California. Had a project out there, and she's from New England. She's a great skier. And again, I needed the lesson with the kids. And it was pretty uneventful, and I kept falling down, and she kept skiing up to me, asking me if I was okay, and I said, please stop doing this, this is very embarrassing. So after that day, I kind of hung up my skis and felt like this country boy from Georgia just probably wasn't meant to be a skier. Okay, now I'm headed on US Highway 74, US Highway 23 North, to Waynesville and Asheville. If I remember, this past summer when I came this way for the Hoot, they were doing road work on this beautiful road. Had it down to 1 lane because they were paving, I think. And it was hot that day. I remember I was burning up. Great Smoky Mountain Expressway. Okay, you're taking the Asheville exit to Interstate 40. That's the last highway I'm going to get on. I'm going to go through Asheville and take 40 all the way east to Hickory. It's an interstate, but it's still going through some beautiful country. I just gassed up, took a stretch break. It was about 115 miles between my last fill up and this one, which I still had some gas left, but I tell you, my backside and my knees and my legs were getting kind of stiff. So I made it through Asheville. A little bit of traffic in Asheville, not too bad. There was an accident on Interstate 40 going the other way that had traffic just really backed up. But I just breezed right on through. So I'm on the east side of Asheville now. And I've got about 65 miles to go to Hickory. So not much farther at all. Interstate travel, but it's a direct shot right to Hickory. Haven't quite decided how I'm going to go home on Sunday. May head south out of Hickory and kind of cut through South Carolina and come into Georgia that way, just to go a different way. Not really sure. here we go. I-40 east for 66 miles, according to the voice in my ears from my Google map. On my new Sena, I guess, 20S Bluetooth communicator, which I really like. The volume is so much better than what I had before. I mean, I can really hear the directions. I haven't played any music on the way. I'm kind of just concentrating on the ride, especially going through some of the mountainous areas and all the curves and steep grades. I thought it's just probably best to pay attention. 66 miles to Hickory. Check out this old car in front of me. Uh, 1955, and it looks like it hadn't been washed or waxed or painted since. Ah, paving. You gotta love it. Just one good thing about riding a motorcycle, you get to smell everything. And now I'm getting the scent of hot, fresh asphalt. I had a professor in college who taught highway engineering and transportation engineering. He was kind of a quirky guy. He drove an old beat up Dodge Dart, I think it was. He had 2 bumper stickers on it. I still remember it because I would see it out in the parking lot. One of the bumper stickers said, "I love asphalt," which, you know, I guess he did, being a transportation and highway professor. And then the other bumper sticker said, "Do it in the road." So I guess that summed up his likes. I am just arriving into Hickory, North Carolina, home of the Catawba Science Center, the Hickory Museum of Art, and Lenore-Rhine University. I think that Appalachian State is pretty close to here too. This is my exit, so let's get off and see if we can find the Best Western. It's like rush hour in Hickory on the other side of the expressway. Ah, there's a sign, Best Western this way. An Outback Steakhouse. I think that might be a place for me tonight. Well, here we go, the Best Western. Alright guys, I'm gonna check in the hotel here, relax a little bit, get ready for tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed the ride with me today from my house up to Hickory. I will catch you guys tomorrow.